So at the moment I have Messier 44. I centered it with only my hands with the plate solving tool of Sharp Cap. As you can see, if I Messier 44 is the Messier 44 beehive cluster. As you can see, it's very close to center. Basically I need to move it a bit upwards and left. Okay, and it's at the center roughly. And today I'm gonna do some untracked astrophotography, but using my astronomy camera, not my mobile phone. And centering it is a bit a bit hard sometimes without controls of the go-to mount. Okay, I'm gonna let it drift a bit so it centers. Then I'm gonna start imaging. I'm gonna use, because I have a bit longer focal length, I'm gonna use 200 milliseconds exposure and 500 gain. Okay, I'm gonna leave it to center a bit. This is the star cluster here, obviously. Alright, that's good enough. Start live sticking. Okay, live stick started. As you can see, the image is very noisy, obviously, like we expect. Without tracking, the image will be noisy. Yeah, it's always noisy, but without tracking, even more. Basically, it's taking an exposure every 0.3 seconds. The stars, as you can see, are not trailed. It's enough. At 0.5 seconds, they were trailing, believe it or not. So that's why I lowered it a bit. And as you can see, this black edge is creeping in. This is because we don't have tracking, and the software is trying to stack, and it's finding that they don't align that well. So this one is not stacking anymore outside of this box here. So every 30 seconds you have to stop the stack and recenter the target. I like to do this kind of tracking, kind of exposures when it's cloudy. So like I have no imaging, no chance of imaging, and I do this instead of wasting a night, you know. But you can really only do this with only very bright objects. Star clusters are perfect. Star clusters are very bright, obviously. And resume the stack. As you can see, it's cutting off at the top here, no problem. We only want the cluster in the middle. We don't care at the top. Basically, you need to keep this center area good. And as you can see, I'm going to show you the telescope. As you can see, I have no power line, nothing attached. I'm using an astronomy camera. Granted, this is a expensive astronomy camera. It's like 600 euros, but you can use a cheaper one. But a cheaper one will have a smaller sensor, and you will have to move the telescope more frequently to account for the rotation. But basically, that's how it's done. You just need a manual mount, a telescope. It can be whatever you want. It doesn't have to be a reflector. It can be an achromat or something like that. And yeah, it's an easy way of imaging deep sky objects. Okay, and you continue doing this and taking as much exposures as possible. The more you take, the better the image will get. In this case, since we are not using any tracking, you need quite a bit more exposure to bring out the details. But star clusters don't have a lot of details. It's basically just stars, you know. It's not a target that you do like tens and tens of hours on it. basically a star cluster. Even with 10 minutes, you get a decent image. You don't need a lot of exposure. That's why it's perfect for targets like this. And globulars, clusters, Orion nebulas, good as well. Stars, double stars. These are the perfect objects to do untracked imaging with. As you can see, we need to bump it slightly again. By bump it, I mean move it. And I'm gonna keep it stacking for a while. And we show you the final image at the end, untracked. So you see that it is possible to image deep sky objects without tracking, obviously with limitations. Alright, so I'm gonna go for Messier 46. I stopped the beehive cluster, and Messier 46 is on the other side, so I have to turn the telescope somewhere close to Sirius star. And you can see the number getting smaller and smaller. That means we are getting closer. Okay, went a bit too far. Wrong way. Go back again. And here it is, I think. I saw it on the corner of the frame. It's this one, I believe. I don't think so. Wow, it's this one, Messier 46. It's very small. I thought it's this one, the other one. Let's try. Super small. I thought it's a bigger one. It's a very small star cluster. This one. Now in this one, there's a planetary nebula that shows up. It's very small. It's somewhere, I believe, somewhere around here. As you can see, there's another star cluster, which is why I was having a heck of a time plate solving. There's another star cluster in the corner of the field. So that's why I was confused. I was saying, like, why is it showing that I'm off center, but in reality I'm on target. And I need to figure out which way I need to turn it. These are very small adjustments, by the way. Very small. Like millimeters small adjustments. I'm gonna leave it drift a bit because it went a bit off frame. Here is you. It's a pretty star cluster. There are some pretty colors as well. On the screen it looks all magenta-ish, but on my screen it's not that bad. I just set the colors now. It's a lot better. Gonna focus. Yeah, it's here, the planetary nebula. I can see it. But I'm getting trailing. I have to start the stack again. 'Cause for some reason, it may be that I moved it or something like that. Because since you have to adjust and stuff like that, it will move inevitably. I'm gonna stack a bit of images of this cluster, and we show you the image as well that I captured. I'm taking like five minutes each, maybe. I'm not going crazy because with a star cluster it's not needed. It doesn't need a lot of exposure. But yeah, that's how it's done. It's moving only the telescope slightly. I'm gonna show you now how I move it. I'm gonna pause the stack. Now I'm gonna turn on the flash. Basically, this is how small of adjustments you need to make. You can see that adjustment, I went too far. And I'm lowering, I'm adjusting, turning the mount this way. You can see how small they are, the adjustments. Yeah, basically that's enough. You can continue the stack. But yeah, as you can see, we didn't get it centered perfectly because it's very hard. This is done easier with a mount that you have slow-mo controls on. Mine doesn't have. But if you have slow motion controls, this is perfect. If you don't have slow motion controls, it will be a challenge. To be honest, I think 200 milliseconds is too much because I'm getting a bit of trailing. It can be fixed in software. Cyril has a good way of fixing that, to be honest. I'm not gonna worry about it. Since from a distance, when you zoom in, it's trailed. From a distance, it's okay, actually. We have Betelgeuse, the super giant star that everyone talks about that it's gonna explode. As you can see, with Betelgeuse, for some reason, even with my Dobsonian that I had, I always get this weird pattern around it for some reason. Maybe it's because it's very bright, I don't know. Even with my 6-inch Dob that I had, I would get that weird pattern. I don't think it's a coincidence. As you can see, we have pinpoint stars. Stars are nice to image. One, because they're easy, and two, because they're beautiful as well. They're not as colorful as, say, as a nebula, but they are not bad as well. To get a live view of a star 600 light years away is awesome without any tracking. And I can show you why I'm doing this. Because, well, probably you can't see it, but Yeah, I can't see it. There's a lot of cloud cover, so it's not really worth it for me to get out all the wiring and stuff. There's basically all that side is covered with clouds. I cannot do any proper imaging. But yeah, basically that's how it's done. If you like this video, give me thumbs up and clear skies.